Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you, Natasha. It's great to be here. And like NORAD does 365 days a year, 24/7, we track everything. So right now we're tracking NORAD, track Santa. And right now he's in Africa and moving really fast. And we're excited about this mission.
Well, and we know there's a big winter storm that is hitting our country. Will this cause any problems for Santa? And is he adjusting his route at all?
So it won't cause him any problems. He does adjust depending on the circumstances, but since Rudolph's leading the sleigh, should be no problem. He's all weather all the time.
All weather, all the time. It sounds good. How do you actually track Santa's progress along his route?
So we track Santa. We have a north warning system between Canada and the United States, way up north. We have satellites and we have fighter aircraft that help track him all the time, like we do everything else for North America.
I love it. And I've always wondered, how did this whole tradition start? Can you share the story with us?
So the tradition started when a little girl saw an advertisement and the one number was wrong and ended up calling the warning system, if you will. And a colonel answered and started talking to her once he figured out it wasn't a prank. And that's how we started about 67 years ago.
It's an amazing story. I just love that. And for you and, the other experts who I know, work to keep us safe all year round, is this probably a favorite time of year?
This is absolutely a favorite time of year and really restores your faith in humankind when you get all these calls. I just came off the call center, answered about 300 calls from amazing kids and their parents around the world.
What is the biggest concern or the thing top of mind for many of the kids calling in this year?
The biggest concern is when they get to his house. I had a few interesting calls of people that were on vacation in other places. And will he stop at the right place to drop the gifts at the right place? No problem. Santa knows where to go, and he tracks it all.
These kids are on top of it. They really are.
Right on top of it.
I mean, what is your advice to kids who are watching Santa on the tracker this year?
So my advice is keep track of them, but the biggest thing is be in bed by 9 o'clock so that he can go in there. Normally he arrives at everybody's house between 9 and midnight, so that's probably the biggest thing is to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Rear Admiral Cheever, I would just like to ask, what does this mean this time of year? It has been a long slog for many of us, a couple of hard years. Inflation is high for many families this year as well. There's a storm to contend with. What is the message?
So I think the message is that this is a time of hope. It's really the spirit of Christmas, and it's Santa bringing goodwill, and it's the assuredness that NORAD defends North America 24/7, 365. And so people can rest assured things will get better. This is a great time of year, and that's what it means to us.
Surely appreciated. Rear Admiral Cheever, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for the work that you do. Santa is in flight with his reindeer, and the experts at NORAD are carrying out the very important mission of tracking him. Taking a live look right now at NORADSanta.org. He is busy delivering presidents in Ecuador right now. And of course, NORAD vitally important all year long, tracking everything that flies across the U.S. and Canada. But Santa tracking gets special attention on Christmas Eve. Call centers are set up in Colorado Springs, the city where the tradition was born, with people ready to take phone calls from children who want to know what Santa's up to. This is an initiative, it's been going on since the 50s, and it's part of what NORAD calls the DoD's largest outreach program. Every Christmas, the President and First Lady call NORAD to give kids updates on Santa's progress. Earlier this evening, I spoke with Rear Admiral Daniel Cheever, the Director of Plans, Policy, and Strategy at NORAD, and he gave us some insight into this epic journey.